Which is supposed to be. This is WhiteRaven over here. Today's Monday, so happy Magic Monday to all of you guys. Very excited to be here with you today, and I want to thank you very much for all of you guys that are watching me today, or whenever it is that you are watching this video that I made with a lot of love. So please make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. Every time you do that, you help me so very much. The spell that I have for you today, it is not one of those favorite spells that I have that I like to share, but it was a request for more than one person, so I think it's time for me to share this video and this spell again, because I have some other spells just like this ones throughout my channel. Which takes me, if you need a spell from me, make sure to go through my videos, because chances are you're going to find in all my library a spell that's going to help you out. Which is, thank you so much for the support in the video last week. That video is doing pretty good, and I'm very, very, very excited about that. And also thank you very much for using WhiteRaven and witcheslayer.com to reach out to me. Remember, I am not going to use my layer of the witch at yahoo.com anymore. If you are emailing me in there, chances are that I'm not going to see your email. So please make sure that if you have any questions, I do not work for people. I do not answer emails on demand. So please be nice. Don't be disrespectful, and don't be rude telling me and demanding me to answer right away. I do have a life. I do not live my life glued to my computer waiting for your email. I don't do that. I have a life. So please make sure that if you have a question in regards to magic, that's where you ask. I don't do spells for you. I don't work for people. If you want a spell, I have over 500 spell videos in this YouTube channel. Chances are you're going to find a video with a spell that is going to suit your needs. But if you have any questions with regards magic, any suggestions, any requests, I am very happy to assist you. So go to my website, WhiteRaven and witcheslayer.com, and email me there. That's what I'll be checking for your emails. And speaking of emails, before I go into the spell today, I want to give you a recipe that is very simple, but yet is not. One of you guys asked me how to make tar water. Perhaps many of you guys do not know what tar water is. And please pay attention. I am not talking about water. I'm talking about tar water. Tar water is used to get rid of evil spirits in your house. Dark entities, evil energies. Not necessarily for hexes and curses, but you can use it for hexes and curses, obviously. But tar water is to get rid of evil entities and evil spirits, dark stuff in your house, if you think your house is haunted, and so on and so forth. Okay? And then one of you guys that wrote to me this email said that she's been looking for the recipe and she cannot find anything in YouTube. And she's correct. And I only know this because many years ago when I found out about tar water, I tried to look for it. And I also ask friends that are witches, and it does not matter who you ask, everybody's going to have a different opinion and a different recipe for it. A lot of people relate tar water to use creoline. Very different. It's not the same thing. Creoline or creolina is something that they sell in botanicas, and we use a lot in Spanish countries to wash and disinfect. It is actually used to disinfect. That's what it's used for. But in Spanish countries, I'm just going to speak for mine, Puerto Rico, a lot of people use it to also banish evil entities and evil things and to cleanse your house for all evil energies. I try to stay away from creolina or creoline because it has a very pungent smell. It could be toxic if you do not know how to dilute it. It's easy to dilute, it's not rocket science, but I stay away from using that, particularly because of the smell. But your entire neighborhood is going to know that you're using creoline when you use it. Trust me. So let's go back on how to do tar water. The easiest way for you to make tar water. Take notes, which is going to be by you mixing a bucket of clean water with at least 1 liter of scrapes of the insides of a fireplace in which you have been burning pine or fir. You can also use the soot of fir. So needless to say, in order for you to get that much, you had to be burning a lot of pines, perhaps for a whole entire winter time, right? So that is the best way for you to make tar water. Nowadays, we burn a lot of weird stuff. We have woods that are faster to burn and whatnot. Listen, witches, in order for you to make the legitimate tar water, you need soot from your fireplace, and it has to be soot from the burning of pine trees or fir. You're going to mix that water, you're going to let it sit, mix it again, and then you're going to strain it and strain it and strain it until you do not have any sediments in the water. The water should be dark, and you can put it in a spray bottle, and you can use it to do cleansings around your home to banish and exorcise evil spirits, evil ghosts, whatever you want to get rid of that is hunting you. That recipe is the most logical recipe that I have found, and it's of course from Judika Illes. A lot of people talk about putting pine resin and some other things. Listen, which is the easiest way for you to do tar water is the way that I just explained to you over here. If this does not make any sense to you, then just go ahead and look for your recipe on your own. But to me, that is the recipe that makes the most sense. If I were to make tar water, that will be the exact recipe that I will be following. I hope this helps you out. I hope you took notes. Let's get into the spell for today. So today we're going to do a breakup spell. But hey, hold on 1 second. Don't leave the video just yet. Let me explain you something. When we do breakup spells, we don't necessarily need to be breaking up a couple, like somebody that love each other, or a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband, and a wife. No, we can break up relationships. A couple of videos ago, I shared with you a spell on how to get rid of a very evil coworker. Somebody new in this specific place at work. She was kissing the boss butt, and the boss was just listening to her, putting other people in jeopardy of losing their jobs. Listen, you can do a breakup spell for that. You can do a breakup spell for your boss and that new employee to break up. You can do breakup spells for different things and different motives. And it's good that you watch this spell because you can adapt, especially some of you guys that are more avid and more, more seasoned witches. You can adapt this spell towards what you need, right? You have a model here of a spell, and you can change it and adapt it to your needs. So it is always good to watch all the videos because you get ideas on how to structure a spell. And I'm just saying this because I know a lot of you guys do not like all this type of magic, love magic and whatnot, but at least the video for you today could help you out creating your own for something else, a different type of relationships, right? So today we're going to do a breakup spell. We are going to break up a couple, and we're going to bring the man back to you, which takes me, I'm going to say man, and I'm going to refer to man because I'm a woman and I like to speak for my perspective. Okay, if you're a guy and you're watching this video and you want to do it, understand that you can do it for you. It doesn't matter the type of person that you like. If you like same sex, you can do it as well. I'm going to speak from my perspective. Okay, it's the only way that I can stay more genuine, guys, because otherwise I have to think too much about pronouns and stuff like that. I get very confused. All right, so thank you so much for putting up with that. I love you all. But in any case, we're going to be breaking up this couple. We're going to bring the man back to the one person that needs this spell. And we are going to separate him from this other woman that he has. Witches. Before we do this type of spells, there are rules that we need to follow. There are things that we need to be very aware of. Number 1. You have to be justified. Do not do this out of spite. Breakup spells are definitely not a game, witches. If you don't like this girl because of whatever reason, and now she has a boyfriend and you want to take the boyfriend away from her because you like him, listen, life has a very nasty way to come back and, bite you in the ass whenever you do stuff like this. So I'm just warning you. Next, witches, be very smart and precise with your chants. Like double read, triple read where you're chanting. This is why I don't give chance when it comes to spells like this, because only you know your circumstances. But be precise. If you want this guy to come back to you and love you and cherish you, then you have to understand that if you want him to come back to you, but also suffer because of what he did, like, which is a man that is suffering is a man that cannot love. And this is a video that I did. I talked about this a couple of years ago, and I was very precise with my opinion about this. If you want to break up this guy from that new girlfriend that he has, and you want to bring him back to you because he's your man, decide. If you want him to suffer, he's just going to be with you based on what? The guilt trip that he has. It's not going to be real love. So if you want him to love you and, rekindle everything, just focus on that, Never mind the suffering. Let her suffer. The other one, not him. Very important, witches. Love spells are not guaranteed. There's many factors in life. And when I say life, it's not only this life, but in the other side, in the universe, in karma, in what's out there for you. Not necessarily that one guy is the one for you. If there's no karma, the universe wants something different for you. If you don't deserve it, etc., 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 love spells are not guaranteed. And that takes me to I had many people emailing me because they want somebody very famous to be in love with them. Say, you don't know the person. You will never meet the person. How are you going to meet the person? Like witches. We really have to be logical when we're doing love spells. With that, I also want to bring to your attention to please visualize the outcome. Don't be selfish when you're doing things like this, because you have to see the big picture. Who is going to suffer based on the spell that you're doing? Do innocent people is going to suffer, like children, for example? I mean, I don't know the circumstances. Just think about the big picture before you do spells like this. Also, witches, do not do spells in the heat of the moment. If you're super angry because you just realize that your man has a new girlfriend or whatnot, and you come home, you do this spell. Listen, witches, this is how spells go beyond intended. When you do things in the heat of the moment, sometimes you put out there things that are not necessarily what you want or the smart thing to put out there. So please make sure that you cool off and you gather your knowledge and your intelligence. Be wise, witches, and create a badass spell. Don't do something with your butt just because you're mad and you're doing this in the heat of the moment. A lot of bad stuff are done in the heat of the moment. So please be smart. And the last thing that I want to bring to your attention is decide how long you want to work this guy. I mean, you could be working this spell, working this guy with another spell and another spell, keep working the person. And listen, many times when you work a person often, you finally just soften that person and the spell finalizes, right? The spell comes to fruition. But some other times, doesn't matter how often you work that person, it's just not going to happen. So let it go. You have to decide for how long you're going to be working this other human, and you're going to be obsessed with having this man back to you. I will say, you know what? There's a lot of fishes in the ocean, so look for something else, witches. Don't be obsessed with things. Sometimes magic does not happen the way you want it. So witches, the spell is simple. You're going to need a few things. All these things are going to be in my website, or you can get them online or in your Botanica or in your spiritual shop, wherever you choose to get them. I'm going to list them on the screen. And also, witches, please make sure to watch the description of the video, because I always put additional information for you to have. So without further ado, let's get into the spell. Hi witches, WhiteRaven here from the future. Just to let you know that in the next couple of minutes, you're going to see something weird happening with my audio. It may not sound very well to you. I don't know why this happened. At some point, it feels like somebody's touching my microphone, like scratching my microphone. I don't know how this happened. And then the audio becomes normal. Also, at minute 16:27, I slow down seconds because there was a whisper in my microphone. And it was not me. I was not talking. I cannot make it out. You're probably not going to make it out either. It's very slow, but it's there. I just want to make you aware. I found it very interesting. So I know some of you guys like this. So enjoy the video. Okay, so this is going to be like a double spell. You're going to be doing a positive spell for this guy to come back to you. And then you're going to be a negative spell for this lady, this woman, the other woman, to just disappear out of his life. For this, I'm going to be using gloves, because I'm going to be using some irritant stuff. Let's just talk about the things that we are going to be needing for this spell. We're going to be needing 4 candles, witches. The first candle that you're going to need is going to be a white candle. And the purpose of this white candle is to light up your working. To represent you and to represent the guy that you like, you can do one of 2 things, which is you can get a figural candle, like a boy and a girl, kind of like this one's. This is covered in plastic, so sorry about that. This is the girl, and this will be the guy. I'm not going to be using this ones because these are for sale. But you can get figure candles. Red, of course, because this red is the color of love and passion. 1 for you and 1 representing him. Also, when it comes to the other woman, you're going to need a black candle. So you can definitely use a figural candle of a woman to represent her as well. Please make sure that all the candles are the same size. Okay? Don't get some bigger than other ones because then the spell is going to wear out of time. The only candle that it could be a little bit bigger is your white candle, the candle that is going to illuminate your workings. Personally, I like to put my candles in candle holders because I am very conscious about fires. The next thing that you're going to need, witches, is your magical scissors, okay? You don't have to have these ones, but your magical scissors. If you don't have magical scissors, then any pair of scissors will do. I suggest that you get a pair of scissors that you use only for magic because scissors are extremely symbolic and very magical. For this spell, we're also going to be using a few powders. We're going to be needing love powder. And then, which is, we're going to be making a mix over here of a baneful powder. That's going to be a mix of devil's dung. I have this in the website. Valerian root, which is also called vandal root. Valerian root, smells of hell, right here. And also, which is some chili flakes, chili powder, very hot, spicy chili. Okay, in this particular case, we have over here chili flakes. When it comes to oils, we're going to be needing 2 oils. Number 1, separation oil. It's on my website. And also, Come to Me Love. Okay. You're also going to need a tool to carve your name and everybody's names in the candles. Well, witches, let's get into the spell. All right, witches. So listen up. Let's work this in order. I don't want to contaminate this with what I'm going to put in here. If you happen to contaminate your hands with the baneful stuff and you need to add something to these candles, have a little container with water and salt and rinse your hands, okay? So let's try to do this in order. The first thing that we're going to do is obviously put the names in each candle. So let's say this is your name and your name is Stephanie Johnson. Put your birthday too. All right. If you have like a zodiac oil for you, like I'm an Aquarius, right? So I will put the Aquarius oil in here to represent me even more. Okay. Then you're going to do the same thing with the candle of your man. Let's pretend his name is Timothy. Let's just put Timothy. Yes. And Timothy's birthday is going to be, let's make him a Leo because Leos are so unfaithful. So let's say it's July. I think Leos are the most unfaithful sign out there. That's just my personal opinion. All right, so next we're going to do the other woman, the woman that is stealing Timothy away from you. Let's pretend her name is Carol. If you know her birthday, then you put her birthday in there. All right, there you go. We have the candles already identified. So what's the next thing that we're going to do? Okay, let's pay attention. So this is you right here. This is him right here. Let's anoint first your candle with love, come to me. There's different ways for you to anoint your candles. Some people do it from the middle up and the middle down. But in reality, witches, I just anoint my candle. These oils smell so good. All right, so you are going to anoint your candle with this oil, the entire candle. Now, when it comes to him, which is, listen up, okay? We are going to anoint only the front. Pretend this is his face. So anoint just the part that is going to be looking at you. All right. So that is anoint with come to me, love. Good. Now, since we're doing the good stuff, grab your love powder and sprinkle some of this love powder around the two candles that are you and him. This is funny. It almost made a heart. Let's make a heart. Let's see if I can make a heart. That is too cute. It also looks like the devil. Okay, let's make a heart. I'm gonna make a heart because these almost look like the devil. All right. All right, pretty. You don't have to make a heart. We're gonna grab the girl, the other woman, and in that candle, we're going to put the separation oil. Okay? So now we're doing the painful stuff. I know I have still good stuff in my hands, but you can do that way. Don't do it the other way around. Do not mix bad stuff with the good. All right. Perfect. Now, which is very carefully, remember where, this is why it's good for you to have a figure out candle, so you know what is the front and the back of the guy. Just make sure to also put break up here in the back of the guy. And this is the side that is looking at the other woman, okay? You want to put breakup oil in his back. Following me? I hope so. All right, so now we're going to get that mix that we made. It's so gross, smells so bad. And we are going to put it around the girl. There you go. So far, so good. Make sure that you already have in a paper your chant written down. Do not recite out of spite. Do not recite with a hot head. Make sure that you are focusing what you're doing. First, you're going to light up your illumination candle, which is the white one. Now notice that I did not put any oils in that candle. You then are going to light up the positive candles. And last, witches, you're going to light the bitches candle. Do your chants, request to the universe what you want, and be very precise, witches. Now grab your scissors, open them up just like this, and you're going to put them in between you and your man and her. It's gonna look something like this. Absolutely beautiful job. Witches, meditate in what you're doing and see these candles burn. You can do one of two things. Let this burn all the way through and be attentive to your workings and let it burn all the way through. Or if you have bigger candles, if you have figure candles and they take longer to burn, it is up to you for how long you want to do this. You can snuff your candles and repeat this from 3 to 7 times until your candles are completely consumed. Which is, you have what it takes to do your magic. If this woman is taking away your man and is destroying your marriage, you have all the right to do something like this. Focus in what you want and your intent. And if you want your man back, don't be punishing him. Just be happy that he's back. And if he's not back, witches, remember, choose how long you're going to be working this situation. From the bottom of my heart, witches, I wish you the best. Which is when you finish with the spells and all the candles are consumed, make sure to keep your candle and his candle or whatever is left out of that powder, the little wax in the candle. Put that in a little red baggie. You can feed that baggie every Friday with love oil or with love powder. And keep it with you, keep it close to you. That's going to be a way for you to protect your relationship with your man. When it comes to her stuff, bury that far away from you. That's going to be very little. Just throw it in a cemetery. That's what I would do. I would throw it in a cemetery because if she's that bad, she deserves the worst. I love you, witches. Good luck. And that's it, witches. How easy was that spell? I really hope from the bottom of my heart that this helped you out and that this video came to your life at the right moment. Thank you so very much for all the support. Remember that you can visit me at WhiteRaven and witcheslayer.com. Not only you can email me there, but I have beautiful products for all your magical endeavors. So visit my website, WhiteRaven and witcheslayer.com. Also, I am in Facebook and WhiteRaven and Witcheslayer, and I'm very happy to answer any questions that you may have. Remember to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button as well, because your likes give me love, witches. Give me loves. It is always awesome talking to you, witches. I love to be here every single Monday. Remember that you must study, that you must research. Use your intelligence, use your imagination, because witches, knowledge is power. And with all that power, witches, you have to discern and you have to stay so very wicked. Bye.